West on the Green Line is a Chicago suburb that's played a role in the lives of several big names in American history, like Frank Lloyd Wright and Ernest Hemingway. It's a place loaded with charm, character, and history. Our destination? Oak Park. Spending the day in Oak Park, you're going to realize why this suburb is called a village.
I love it out here. It's country, it's city and country mixed kind of like, and that's what I like about it.
It's Oak Park's charm that has attracted many Chicagoans over the years, even some of the famous ones. Frank Lepo from the Oak Park Historical Society is going to show us around. Frank, how you doing?
Not too bad. Welcome to Oak Park.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here at Pleasant Home.
Pleasant Home is one of Oak Park's many significant landmarks.
That's Oak Park.
It was built in 1897 in the prairie-style architecture that you'll see throughout Oak Park. The home was once a private residence, but today, believe it or not, it's home to Hollywood's King of the Jungle. So this is the Tarzan room.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that Edgar Rice Burroughs, who wrote the Tarzan stories, lived in Oak Park for about 10 years, and he'd grown up on the west side of Chicago and wrote a number of the stories while living here.
It was in Oak Park that Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote 4 of his Tarzan novels. In addition to his books, the exhibit shows the many Tarzan films that were made and the actors and actresses who brought Tarzan and Jane to life. Of course, Tarzan wasn't just about books and movies.
And also have goofy things like Tarzan skateboards and Tarzan underwear and Tarzan vitamins and all sorts of games and toys and tie-ins.
Burroughs eventually left his Oak Park home for Hollywood, as his Tarzan stories made their way around the globe.
We trace something like one book of The Son of Tarzan from its original manuscript to all the different editions, including foreign language editions. So, we have a range of things that tell different parts of this crazy story of why Tarzan is something to do with Oak Park.
Oak Park is a community that is proud of its architects, artists, and writers.
That's
So you can't come here without paying tribute to one of the greatest adventure writers of the 20th century, Ernest Hemingway. That's right, he's a local boy, and you can take a tour of his birthplace to get a sense of Hemingway's childhood.
The child psychologists tell us that by the time you're 6, you are who you're always going to be. And Ernest lived in that house until he was 6. And he was influenced by these great people, the storytellers, his dad, the great outdoorsman, his mother, the musician, his uncle, the storyteller of the sea.
Down the street from Hemingway's birthplace is the Hemingway Museum. Inside, you can learn more about his childhood as well as his global success as a writer. The museum attracts visitors from all over the world.
They really always say, oh, I never knew all of that. They're always so pleased, and so we get just rave reviews when people leave, which is wonderful.
The streets of Oak Park are filled with architectural treasures, thanks mostly to Frank Lloyd Wright, the creator of the prairie style of architecture. Wright built his home and studio here in 1889. After that, Oak Park became known as the birthplace of American architecture.
Mr. Wright's architecture is really appealing because he was such a creative person. He was way ahead of his time. And a lot of the ideas that he incorporated into the home and studio here are things that people are still copying today.
Wright lived in Oak Park for 20 years with his first wife, Catherine, and their 6 children. He used his home as an architectural laboratory where he tried out designs before sharing them with clients. Frank Lloyd Wright's style can easily be viewed by just walking down the street. You can compare his style with the other forms of architecture from the same era.
People take walking tours of the Frank Lloyd Wright Prairie School Architecture Historic District, which includes 4th Avenue. It's just one of the many streets. And some people have said it's sort of like a living museum of architecture.
Finally, Frank Lloyd Wright's style can also be seen in Oak Park's Unity Temple, which he proudly called his little jewel. The village of Oak Park has a few other gems, like the conservatory, which was started in 1914 by residents who brought plants here from all over the world. Strolling in the neighborhoods, you might also come across one of Oak Park's parks. We're in one of the half dozen parks in Oak Park. Tell me a little bit about it.
It's Austin Gardens Park, and originally it was an Austin family estate. And this family, very influential family.
going to游
formed
大哥
bands.
是游
They
啦
were behind the temperance movement in Oak Park. Oak Park was a dry community for 100 years, no sale of alcohol. And the Austin family eventually gave this land to the Park District of Oak Park. Every summer, just right around where we're standing in this area, is the stage for the annual Shakespeare in the Park.
Thousands of people come here for the festival, which runs throughout July and August. So on your next trip to Oak Park, you can take in, let's see, Shakespeare, Hemingway, Frank Lloyd Wright, Tarzan. Hey, is it true that Bob Newhart is also from here? A quick way to get to Oak Park from downtown is to take the Green Line or the Blue Line westbound to your destination. The CTA also runs buses to Oak Park.
Wow.